And we're back. We have at least 3 locations now to have a closer look at, so we're going to go to the first one now. I didn't cook up anything in my mind just yet, I don't think. What I do feel like, one thing, which is actually a big thing, but let's actually look at that first. So, a gas mask was burned. A door was shut. Half of this is missing, whatever. So here's my thinking. It was not a heart attack. It was, of course, a poisoning through gaseous appliance or something through here. And we'll figure out what this is, what that shard is. Shard. Oh my god. I've never put those two together. Shard. Anyways. And they were kept in here until, you know, the poison ran its course. And out there you can watch and you can see the person who is in here. And you can watch them die, basically, and see that I would imagine they're sort of trashing around here. Then they start to force the door through some apparatus. The hose end, they bang on it, because that takes a bit of strength to get wood to turn like that. They've tried to pry the door open. The door handle has come off. And the person comes out. They're still alive, but they are dying. Maybe they want water. So, poison room. They got out, but it was too late. Probably got out by forcing the door, or then someone let them out too early. But here is the thing, I don't think they would have let them out too early because the window is there and you can see it. So, poison room. Look at death. Door forced open, and then possibly needing water, or then just falling down, because it is straightforward, and dying here, or being pushed. It takes a while to get from there to here, though. It actually takes a really long while, because that's halfway, and there's two rooms around. And that one looks like it is fixed, or that it's roots or something growing around. I think it's something growing around it, rather. But let's start from here. This is a sort of confined space. Stone chip. Let's try to find matching stone. I don't know anything about stones either.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
On the door.
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Just threw it on the ground. No, he put it in his inventory. Okay. So this all starts from, I didn't really notice where it starts from, but it might have been from the corner back there. But you would have to be rather specific or precise with the output of the or the poison, I mean, when it comes to the humidifier or humidity thingy, ventilation pipe shaft, because you can't poison everybody and everywhere, because that would take a lot of poison. It might be dangerous for, you know, plants and stuff. So let's assume that there was some sort of a statue in here, and he did get the door open in the end.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Detergent, I think detergent is just laundry stuff. Oh yeah, I'm actually pretty dumb. But yeah.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly clean.
Yeah, because I was thinking, there's windows back here, but if you're getting poisoned, if you're getting poisoned in a prolonged fashion, you're going to smash a window. I mean, you're not going to get out of here, but smashing, you know, a window here and then smashing, I mean, maybe I was dumb enough not to do it or think about it when I was looking around. I thought about it too late, let's say it that way. Smash a window and then smash another window here. You wouldn't actually need to really start bashing the door out, bashing the door and getting through that. It isn't really required in a sense. And also, the gas mask would either the detergent is sort of dangerous, that there's a lot of it or something, or then
according to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
So yeah, we're probably going to have to see what happens to a chemical under certain conditions, so it can survive elsewhere, but then it starts to decompose when it reaches a certain level of heat or something. But gas mask, because there's poison and you come in and you have to sort of tidy things up and everything, you're going to want to wear a gas mask for a while, especially if the poison is very lingering, something that needs to be actually like cleaned up, and maybe it killed half the plant, so it's pretty precise in a way. Like we'll see, because we need to ask about like what happened when someone died and so on.
The esconsum was breached near the handle.
Well, there is footprints. Can you see them without the... Oh, you can see them, yeah.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
Right, so there's no more there.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Yeah, makes sense. But that is probably roots, because you can see that it goes outside of it, but none of the other plants are showing it, so I'm sort of curious, but it's probably nothing. Or then we figure it out later. Oh, we are still missing something around here. Oh, there. Oh, right. We did see the fragments, but we didn't see the dirt.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
Oh, there we go.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
I need my imagination now. Excuse me, Watson. I'll go and imagine in this room. Oh, which way should I do it? Oh, activate.
No, it wasn't like that.
Oh, I don't know what to do with the thing. Determine the correct sequence of events based on the details you have gathered. So, do I need more later, or is this like actually something I can do? That doesn't look right because the sign would have been, I don't know. Oh, that's number 1. Reset sequence. So first you break in the door. Yeah, and then you, okay, and then you fall. Is this the thingy? Right. Okay, I guess this is practice for like a future sort of sequencing of events. Gotcha.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
So yeah, the sequence was clear, but how to operate this machine was not that clear to me. Didn't want to rush it, so I'll just click this because we got the first clues. Although I don't think it does it disappear if I press it. No, okay, fine. So then there was one more place with this kind of stuff, but it is clear, still pretty clear of what's going on. So the other place was at the fire. And I don't think I saw, oh my god, the wrong way. I don't think I saw anything at the fire that really triggered my interest. But I feel like murdering someone and then stealing plants is drawing a lot of attention towards it's these doors, I think, but it also might be the lighting when you open and close them. Might have been those. But anyway, stealing plants, murdering people, like you don't want to do too much at once, I don't think. And that's where it begins. Yeah, so that is the machine. So you need to we'll figure it out, but you need to I'm not sure you need to control it in any sense, but we'll see.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Right, so destruction of the plants. Oh yeah, and I didn't actually...
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Yeah, there we go. So someone could destroy the plants. It would be a lot easier to destroy them than to take them away, especially because there's so many. And I didn't actually think about it, like it would take a lot of people. It is during the night, but I would imagine it would take at least, you know, 2 people more to get all the stuff out. And because you don't want to linger when you're, you know, committing crimes and shit. So let's go over to the reserve and talk to... Oh, hello. Did we look at this yet? No, I'm not sure we can. And talk to the son of the deceased. Son of the deceased. Did I say the "the" in between there? I don't know. But we'll need to know, you know, what time it was, what happened. It was 2 days ago, so was it in the morning? Was it in the evening and they found him next day, 2 days ago, or... Because I'm not sure how brilliant of a plan it is to poison someone, although that might be the best place to do it, because everywhere else the sort of the humidifier thing is just going through places. Looking sad. And yeah, I saw this, I think I forgot to mention it, but shaving cut or some kind of cut. Clean hands.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Alright, so... not perfect at it. Not sure why he's doing it.
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
And it's possible he, you know, I don't know. He was... Was he forced to clean up the other thing? Oh, here we go. Albert Dunn. Sweep out the palm house, tidy the workshop of the large glass house, scrub the toilets, wash the gloves and overalls, clean the storage shed tools. You're only allowed to read the newspaper during your lunch break. Martin Hamish, aka the douche.
A task list for Albert, compiled by Martin Hamish. Sweep out the palm house, scrub the toilets, clean the storage shed tools.
I think anger towards the pair of the father and son, sort of, I feel like that might be something that's going on. It's a possible motive for whatever bad things happen, but it's certainly not.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Certainly not something that immediately causes alarm. But if people start dying around you and there's things like that going on, then it is interesting. And in the flower gardens, there's going to be soil around, so that's what I think, or what I mentioned earlier, that some things might, what seems suspicious elsewhere might not be suspicious here. And I'm going the wrong way again. Yes. Or, yes. Oh, am I? What? Why is this so hard? So it's always good when I walk, or when you walk, you can sort of think about stuff. But he didn't really have anything to say. Maybe this guy will reveal more. Because usually when there's like an extremely clear motive for something, then it sort of opens the door for being framed as well. Needs glasses. Myopic. Expensive. Oh, and I should... Got some flour stains on his shirt. I don't think that is meant to be there. There's his work clothes during his work day. Same there. Missing a button. Pocket is empty, not married. Gardener hands, like with the first guy.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Alright, so he's sort of hiding something. The plants I feel like they're destroyed. I don't know why anyone would destroy them. Half of the collection from the colonial era is missing. Could also be... I would actually imagine that they're the plants that were destroyed rather than the ones that were taken, because they had some sort of thing that you can't clean up. Strange, but still. So let's put things together. Clues they're called, but I call them neuron. Dunn was trapped. Perform an autopsy on Montague Dunn. The death is suspicious. Why had he forced the door of the colonial collection room? Why had someone cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or a simple accident? Alright. We'll be coming back. So much room, so many things, but then two pieces of clues. Or two pieces of evidence and one clue.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Alright. Cutting people open. There he is. Instruments are here.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
Yeah, it would explain the blood.
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal.
I think usually, at least if I can think about it, that I have no idea if this is true, but usually things with the eyes sort of indicate something long term, maybe.
The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma.
Looks to be very
There are
strong.
no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination, so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
I'll go to the lungs last because that's where something was or probably is wrong.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Alright, so it was during the day then.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
The heart should tell us that something is... Not sure if you can see it. Maybe you need a microscope or something to see, you know, something wrong with it. Maybe, I don't know. If you can see like necrosis of the heart or something.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Because I think a heart attack is, of course, either the heart muscle sort of stops working or something goes wrong with that, or then the arteries are so clogged, I think. So you would presume to see something wrong with the heart if they have a heart attack. Hello.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant. The lungs are congested and edematous. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building? I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Alright, there's a lot to go with now. I was thinking, you know, a slight possibility of someone bringing in a plant that they didn't really know what it was, and then something going wrong in the room. But then again, the door was, you know, locked behind him and stuff. I think it's more than enough to say that it was a murder. Oh, these are these things.
A membership card for the London Crest Club.
165.
A beautiful feather pen of a good make. This watch is of great value.
To Mr. F. Wayne, director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company. My friend, your posters for the great exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all of the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. Montague Dunn. I mean, people are pretty petty. But the limit, I mean, murder is a high sort of thing to go to for pettiness. Right. I think we. He's a slight alcoholic. Drinks at the club. Let's head on over to Kew Gardens and ask a few questions without sort of alarming anyone. Because when someone sort of finds out that we are looking into a murder, then, you know, things can change. Or the consequences or the path things take will diverge. Would rather talk to the son for, and he's right over there, so I'll talk to him first.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Of course. We're going to get there in some other way.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Alright. Let me just have a brief look at the last thing he just said, because I stopped to think about it. Right. So he says he doesn't know much about the other rooms, but he clearly does, because we can read. Palm house, glass house, scrub the toilets, wash the gloves, clean the storage shed. So, It should have like its own paper for lying. So he said he doesn't know. Know about the other rooms when he does. Though he did say that he can't remain there longer, but the Palm House is right next to here. Large glass house, scrub toilets, whatever. So it's sort of possible, but he does know more than the storage area at least. And it was true that this guy, or his father, was also a douchebag, so now there's two. What shall we name the other one? Father Douchebag. Father Douche. And Mr. Douche here. And I guess somebody's going to figure out the leadership question. Someone else than the two of them. Not sure, like, he's not probably going to get upset if we go in here. There we go. So, oh, it stays open. So these are normal, it seems.
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Oh yeah, there's a T. So I don't really see anything. Oh, and it wasn't here, but I'm still missing something. Mask.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
Right. So we should find...
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Okay, so those arrows are new. Oh, okay. So I would imagine I need to turn the whole thing around. I don't see how those bits can fit, except over it. No, yonder. That's more like it. This is not. Is there really not a line that goes sideways there? No. Oh, but I can move that around. Huh. Okay. Still doesn't make much sense. And also, that one is not making... No, this one is making sense, but that one is not making sense. I'll just go through it one more time, but it should be like that. And we should be able to put everything else sort of together based on that. Well, we can't really turn, we can, no, we can't turn this around. But we have to. I guess this one, oops. There we go. Last one, I bet. And now we have to readjust this one. There we go.
Open.
Sesame. One, two, three, four, five, six. I don't know what that is. What university book might tell us. Miss White, Hamish, and Dunn. So there was one more door that went in there. I thought that was the office, but we'll figure it out.
Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Royal Navy School of NC Non-Commissioned Officers Recruitment Centre, London. Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Navy School. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust to you the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. And it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. Yours very faithfully, J.M. Lamarchland, Director of the Royal Navy Training Center. So this was about to give us a motive, but then it sort of took it away at the same time because he was refused, and well, he was also the one who brought the murder up. So maybe, I don't know. But a murder, because he was already refused. Now that he's dead, he can apply later, like the next year. He knows he can make it because he knows what he's doing. He has a passion for ships. So his father's death is, you know, it makes sense in a sense. It makes sense in a way. It makes sense. But then again, it doesn't really, in that sense, because if he's not leaving, because now he's sort of vying for the directorship because his father is dead. And then again, he was refused, so that now that he was refused, he was like, well, I'll take directorship now then, and I will kill you and become director. How do you like that? So maybe it's not that much of the Navy school, but it just sort of doesn't make as clear sense as one would imagine.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Could that young woman be White? Let's look.
Miss White's locker. Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear Mother and Father, I'm writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage it in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? Margaret.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all of these years that have passed since you left, and without any thought of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromised their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Nice one, parents. It's like, I would imagine they didn't let her even come to study here in the first place, perhaps. So they were short on cash, which is... And she's a good student, so another motive pops up. Cash, desperation. If it's Miss White and the son, Douche Jr., then they could sort of... I feel that in some ways it's easier to go over the threshold of murder with two people rather than one, especially if people are young. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant, Albert.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
That was the weirdest closet I've ever looked into, and I've looked into a lot of them.
Martin Hamish's locker.
They are at the Rock.
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Oh, I really want to look at it again.
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Mary. For poisoning, it's pretty important. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens oblige me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead, and free my mind from this uncertainty. Plot thickens around Hamish. So now, from the abstract into the more practical, I would presume. University of Cambridge.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
So he's not that great,
A botany book.
as we've established. But he is spending his time elsewhere, or in other things.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Shut up, Watson.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
These are the wax cylinders. Where? Oh, there we go.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
I've heard of that too. I think I read a little bit about it, but I never got into it. I need to do that.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Alright, so we don't have to go back if we want to make experiments, and also someone can make whatever, well, not whatever they want, but almost whatever they want. So I think we've gone through the basics here. Actually, might as well put this into the episode as well. Wet bottle trace. I shouldn't have rushed this because I think I might have. Can you see it without it? Yeah, you can see that without it, so I should have looked around for the clue. I forgot about that.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
Damn it! I wanted to say that because the gold is not reactive, and that's it. He said it better though.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Yes, we have a very good nose. Get Toby here next time, which will happen now.